everyone, welcome to Travel Crochet. My name is Tracy. Tonight, I'm filming tonight rather than this afternoon because things haven't gone to plan the last 3 days. I've been waiting since the last video. I've been waiting on a Temu order for safety eyes. I'd run out of all my large sizes and more yarn. And I had 3 parcels coming from Temu, and somehow they were sent at the same time, but they're all coming at different stages now. So finally, mid-morning, or no, it might have been after lunch, one finally arrived. It had some of the yarn and some of the safety eyes that I've been waiting on. So I literally had a little pile behind me on my table that was parts of 4 different crocheted items, which I never ever do. It's been driving me crazy. But anyway, before we go into what I actually have completed, so I'd spent a bit later because I wanted to complete a couple of more things before I filmed this video, because otherwise there wasn't much to show you. But also every Wednesday night I have a friend come over for dinner, so we would do that, and so I was just waiting. She has to wait for her grandson to attend Army Cadets and go and pick him up, so it's convenient when about 10 minutes away from where she's got to drop him off. So she comes for dinner and we have a chat, and that's now a weekly routine. So anyway, first of all, I did some ordering. One of the things that came in yesterday, actually, I got a new business card made because for some reason, I don't know what was on my mind when I created my previous one, but basically all I had on it was my logo and a QR code which took them to the YouTube channel. That's it. So it wasn't giving them much information. So I created a new one, which I've just received. Oh, sorry, this light. So the lighting in this house is really, really bad. So I need this other light behind me. So hopefully that turns out okay and it's not washed out too much. I'm trying to adjust. I think I'm going to have to get a new setup for recording videos because it's just not working at the moment. But anyway. And hopefully everyone can hear me. Some people were saying that they couldn't hear me if they had headphones on last video, or they could only hear out of one ear. So hopefully I've rectified that situation, hopefully. So anyway, on the back of the card I've actually got, there we go, my details. That might be back to front to you, but basically my email, a link to the YouTube channel, Instagram and website. Now, I've actually made a decision this week. Every time I was receiving a bill for the website, it was changing every time and it was getting more expensive. And the website does not make me any money. I've basically sold 2 items between this website and when we'd had it on the other website, 2 items in the whole time, and we were spending $60 a month and getting nothing from it. So I've made a decision that it'll still be there, but it won't be able to be shopped on. So I'm going to have to look at other options, but realistically at the moment nobody's buying online off me. It's all through face-to-face markets. But if someone does want to buy from me, we could work something out anyway. So yeah, I've made a decision. It was just getting too expensive, and the price kept going up for some reason, and I don't know why. I had changed nothing. So yeah. So that's that. All right, so I got those. Then, you know how they add, do you want this? I got it done through Vistaprint. So then I got, of course, the little stand for them to sit in, which comes in handy, especially on windy days, because I'm forever chasing the other ones around at markets. And then I got, just for myself, a couple of travel crochet pens, because I'm always after pens. Oh, and I forgot the other item. I shall be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. So the other item I got was my own coffee mug. So, which is really interesting because I just put my logo on it and it automatically chose colours from the logo to put on the handle and the inside. So I thought that was pretty nifty because when we were living in the caravan, we only had 2 coffee mugs and that was it. So I thought, oh, I'll get the travel crochet one. So I thought that was pretty good. All right, so what else did I get? Now, finally, this Temu order came in and you may see behind me up there, there's a little travel crochet sign that I had made, custom ordered through Temu, and it was very cheap. It was only like $20 to get that made. And because we're renting, I've just got the double-sided tape that the 3M stuff that can come off the walls without damaging the walls. So I thought that was really cute. All right, now let's get into what I actually ended up making. But I did get restocked 35mm eyes, 30mm eyes, and some more 25mm eyes, because basically, unless I'm making smaller items, that's all I'm using at the moment. And I literally found, when I was looking on Temu before, you can get 40mm eyes, so I'm going to have to get some of them. All right, let's start with what I have made. Now, I did one pattern test, which I did yesterday. And that used small eyes, luckily, because I have plenty of those still. Now, until I watched Robin's video the other day from Knotting Hook Crochet, I didn't realise there was this trend happening at the moment with a banana chicken. Never heard of it. Then, of course, I had to look it up, and oh dear, it is worse than baby shark. Put 2 words together, put a couple of images on a screen and a bit of a beat, and you've got a hit apparently, because it had 25 million views on this video. So this is what the pattern test was for. It was a banana chicken. So this is banana chicken. So the way, and this is by Kim from Crafty Chaos Emporium. Now she tells me that this is going to be a free pattern on Instagram, but if people would like a more in-depth pattern, PDF pattern, she will put it on her Etsy for a couple of dollars. So this is pretty much a no-sew pattern. It was very quick to make. I did see the other version that Robin had on her video the other day, which was a nice version, but that was more an actual bird shape. This is actually more going down the banana shape route. So I thought it was pretty cool. And if it's as trending as what it apparently is, yeah, it'd be interesting to see how this guy goes. So yeah, no sew if you, I just crocheted the legs into the body, and basically like the leggy frog pattern, went down and then back up the chain, and same with the comb, just surface crocheted, and obviously the beak. I mean, technically I guess the beak is sewing because you're weaving in that, but yeah. And then you just put a little bit of brown at the end for the end of the banana. But yeah, I mean, it didn't take long at all. I mean, it took a bit longer because I was obviously pattern testing and checking for, you know, spelling errors and things like that and stitch counts, but I think you could probably end up doing this in 10 minutes. So it'll be a very quick market make. So yeah, this was, I enjoyed this fellow, and I learnt something about this. I happened to be watching Robin's video when I got this pattern test, so it was a very big coincidence that this came up as well. So thanks, Kim, for letting me test this guy, and we'll see how it goes at market this Sunday. All right, so next pattern I did was a shark. Sharks generally do sell pretty well for me. I have recently remembered that here in Queensland, the football or the rugby teams, I think, rugby union or whatever they have up here, one of the teams is the Sharks, so it's good to have a shark pattern, and plus we're near the ocean, so smart to have this pattern. I really, really enjoy this pattern. It really is a realistic looking shark and a big great white, which we do get here as well. It is not a no-sew. You have to create all the fins and sew them on, and the belly, and then sew it on. But I mean, it does take a bit longer, but I do enjoy the way it comes out. There is a couple of other patterns that look similar that I have saved that I will test as well, which I haven't tried just yet. So this one is actually by, it's a paid pattern on Etsy by the Crochet Code AU. So I think he turns out quite good and quite a decent size as well. I mean, this is just in the chenille yarn. If you went blanket yarn, it'd be quite a bit bigger. So that was the second one. Then I had completed this little guy while I was still waiting for the bigger safety eyes. So this is actually the LA Crochet's hot dog pattern. Like I said, last market, we have a lot of dachshunds or sausage dogs that come to, or wiener dogs that come to the market. There's a lot here. So I thought I'd better start making some more. So with and without the hot dog. So this is actually the hot dog pattern. So did a nice brown, and I think he's just gorgeous. My husband keeps telling me that his legs are too long for a dachshund because they've only got little legs, which is probably true, but because he's kind of spoots out, it'd probably look funny if they were a bit shorter, but I don't know. But I think he's really cute. I don't know how many I'll make of this size because it takes as long to make this little guy as it does the big ones. So you obviously will get more money out of a big one than this one, but I mean, they're cute. So, and it kept me going while I was waiting for larger eyes. So that's that one. So that was LA's Crochet's pattern. Then I finally got around, I've been meaning to do this guy for so long now, and I just, for some reason, kept not getting to it. So I finally made a point of doing it this time, and I think he's actually my favourite out of the pattern set. Now we have Puss in Boots. I think he just turned out so good, and I was thinking when I was making that, oh my lord, this hat is so big. But then I looked at reference photos of Puss in Boots, and his hat is huge. So I'm going to put it off to the side so you can see his ear. And yeah, so let's see the back. So this is in the same pack as Shrek, Fiona and Donkey. I really, really love, I mean, I make Shrek, I've made him heaps of times. But it's really sad in these packs because I've got the Lilo and Stitch pack and this one, and the girls don't sell. Fiona has never sold for me. Lilo has never sold for me. It's always the boys. So we need some popular girls that sell these characters. I didn't know how it would actually look because the only black yarn I had left usable, because I've got some this size, but I was using it on another pattern that I'm waiting for larger eyes. So I went a smaller size yarn, but it just, he's got boots and I think it looks okay. So there is, and this is the Fennec Toys UA, is the designer of the pattern. So you create one leg, then the second, then join and make the body. You make the arms separate and crochet them in the round, the head separate, sew on to the body. create 2 ears, but in the end I don't know why I created 2 ears, because one's hidden under the hat. And I've actually, you could probably leave the hat detachable if you wanted to, but I thought, well, any kid is probably going to lose that, or I would lose it in amongst my things, so I've attached it permanently. And then the bubble stitches in the pattern, that's within the round, so that's not separate. And then he's got a little tail at the back, which you sew on as well. So that is that one, and I am really glad. And I showed my friend when she came around for dinner, and she goes, "Oh, that's my favourite." So hopefully he's a hit. Then next, I had showed this last time, but I've now completed him. I only had 3 rounds to finish off the head and to do the vine and the leaves on him. So it's Groot. The pattern's actually called Baby Tree Man, I think. And they actually suggest, well, in the pattern it's chaining and then sewing on this part, the vine around his body, but I actually surface crocheted in and then just added the leaves onto it afterwards. Yeah, so this pattern is really easy, really great, well written pattern. You create the arms, you crochet them in the round, then it's one leg, second leg, join. I can't remember if I did the head separate and sewed on or continued. I think it's continued straight up from memory. It's been a few days since I actually made it. So this pattern is a paid Etsy pattern by Katie Dids. So there's Baby Groot. Well, I call him Baby Groot. It could be normal Groot. Then I had to make I have to move back now for you to see it all. Replacement sea turtle of my big guy. So this is Crochet by Jenna's pattern, and this is the small child one, small child size, so it is pretty large. And this was one of the ones that I hadn't finished because I was waiting for the big eyes. These are actually 35mm on this gigantic head. I probably could have gone 40 if I had them. So, and this is one of the nice mystical Bernat mysticals that I got the other day. I really like that colour. I don't know what it's called. I haven't looked them up yet. So that's that one. Then lucky last is all I've made in the last 3 days because of waiting is now. Okay, I've said this once before when I first started this YouTube channel. I don't know why in the crochet community we insist on calling these ones land turtles, because that's not what they're called. A turtle, sea turtle or turtle, refers to these guys with flippers, and they use those to swim in the ocean. These guys with legs, yes, they are land animals, but they're not a turtle, they're a tortoise. So it's one of those things that just bugs me. And I don't know why, but it's not a land turtle, it's a tortoise. So that's my little gripe for today. So this tortoise is actually a pattern by Southern Gal Crochet. I love this pattern. It was so well written. It was very fast to make actually. And yeah, I really love it. The little tail at the back, but I also like around the edging, it's like a scallop edging. It's not just straight around. You do the half double crochets and double crochets to make that nice scallop pattern. So I didn't know how this was going to go with the colours, because again I'm kind of running out of colours in this size yarn, But I think it's okay in the end, because I had originally grabbed this purple and then I was going to go light purple, and I thought, oh, hang on, I've already made one in that colour scheme. But I mean, it was a sea turtle, not a tortoise, but I wanted something different. So that's this guy. And got the purpley eyes to try and match, but the colours are kind of being changed in this light. I really got to get a different lighting system, but I'm forever going to turn lights on in this house and they're all on. It's so hard to see in here. We're going to have to get some different light globes that are brighter. Anyway, it's all adjusting for the new house. I think that is all I have to report. I could show you a close-up of my sign. Oh. I thought that was really cute. Like I said, it was only about $20. Custom order, Temu, and it was sent out at the same time as my other order. So this display case is looking a bit sad at the moment. So yeah, I mean, down the bottom's a bit fuller because we've got some of the big stuff there, but then it's all my small yarn and miscellaneous down there. And there's me bitses that are still getting to, that are lined up there. So that's my pile of items to go into mystery boxes, which I'm not sure which package that's in now. Oh, I'm going to try and put you back. Oh, without falling. So yeah, oh, rolling on my chair. So I'm not sure when those packages are arriving. The last update I got was one is arriving between this Friday and next Tuesday, and the other one is still in limbo land somewhere. But I think the last one, I'm getting a adjustable curtain rod that I can put across this wall here. And I've got some sheer curtains that Chris's sister gave me that I'll put there that will create a barrier from the dining area and the rest of the house and make this more like a craft room, just to separate it off a little bit. And that's about all. That I don't have huge update because of lacking of safety eyes, and I keep getting interrupted, and we're still settling in the house, so there's things I sort of get up and do and all that, but I don't think, I've got a feeling there was something else I was going to say, but I can't think of it. Anyway, so as usual, all the patterns that I have shown you will be in the description. My next video will be... Alright guys, I've had to come and film with my phone or with my hands. It's all bumpy. I am so sorry. My GoPro overheated and it will not turn back on. So basically, just coming back in to say next video will be Saturday, which will be the day before my market, to show any new makes that I have made then. And so we'll see you then. And thanks for watching, and we're going to try and get this lighting and camera sorted out soon. All right, see you then. Bye.